Where do doctors go to learn new techniques and to do cutting-edge medical research? New York? Boston? How about Uganda?
When I first came here in 2000 and saw Umbali, there was nothing here except some holes in the ground and a few bricks on top of each other. I never would have vaguely imagined that we would ultimately be sitting on a neuroscience research institute. That just shouldn't be here, and that's the honest truth. It really shouldn't be here. It's a very special place. There's nothing like it really in the world. Part of the reason it's special is not only the fact that we treat so many of these children with hydrocephalus, but the fact that we've learned a lot of things through clinical research, and we've trained a lot of people. And not only have we been training neurosurgeons from other developing countries through our Cure Hydrocephalus program, we're also having North American academic pediatric neurosurgeons coming here to be trained by our Uganda neurosurgeons.
Dr. Peter Sinyanga is now the medical director of the Cure Uganda Hospital and continues the training program that Dr. Wharf helped to start. But you wouldn't have thought that he would have become a doctor, having grown up during a time of civil war in Uganda.
And our home, it was neighboring a barracks, a military barracks. So the soldiers would walk out of the barracks and go on rampage, robbing homes. It was a time of lawlessness, and nobody did anything. The boys very close to us, we formed a really large group. We felt protected when we were together. It was pretty tough because in that time there was no clear person actually to lead you on to what to do on a day-to-day basis. You pretty much woke up, did whatever you wanted to do, and then went back to bed. My mom thought it right that at that point the best way to keep us from trouble was to get us in boarding school. Unfortunately, as we've grown up, a number of them have died. Some of them have died through drugs. A good number of them went into robbery, and some have been shot dead.
Peter did so well in school that he received a scholarship to go to medical school, which was followed by an internship at Cure.
There was only one thing I was sure about. I wanted to treat children, and I'd taken an interest in orthopedics. And coming to Cure and meeting Dr. Wharf sparked something different in my life. It took my life on a completely different trajectory. Dr. Wharf was able to train me to such a level that I actually became very independent. And when he identified that, he started to look out to see if there were any opportunities to have me train further. And Cure was very helpful. They came in and sponsored my training. So for the next 6.5 years, I trained as a neurosurgeon and returned to serve in this place.
He's just truly a really good surgeon. He'd be a really good surgeon in the United States. He could be one of my partners. And I don't say that readily. I mean, we've had people come through that I didn't think were any good, and we don't continue to invest in them because not everybody can do this. Peter's really good. It's also really good to see the people that Peter is now training, because this just carries it forward one more generation. And it also makes it clear to me that I am not in any way indispensable. I can kick the bucket tomorrow and things will go right on.
In 2000, Cure began treatment of hydrocephalus at one hospital in Uganda. Now it has expanded to 14 countries, trained 25 doctors, and performed over 16,000 life-saving procedures through the Cure Hydrocephalus program.
That is multiplying yourself. And when I look at that, I see what Dr. Wharf started years ago, now through me, and sending out other surgeons to different places to be able to be the hands of Jesus in those places. That is what I call spreading the gospel.
And the God of the gospel, the God of the good news, chooses unlikely places, unlikely people with unlikely backgrounds. He raises them up, and they raise up others to care for little ones who mean so much in the kingdom of God. Their precious lives are saved, not just medically, but spiritually.
For me, it's just extremely clear that God did this. If Harvard and MIT had gotten an enormous grant to to come and build a research institute here or something, people would say, boy, that's really something. Those guys, they're really cool. But nobody would say that about this. There was nothing cool about me coming here. People pretty much thought I was throwing my career away. And so did I, actually, but the joke was on me.
God must be so amazing that He took an individual out of nothing and raised him up to be able to use him. I keep on asking myself every single day, who am I that God can use me?
He takes people and places and He does things with them that they couldn't do on their own. And the only thing that is required is just willingness and obedience. So I think God does that because it brings Him glory. I'm just amazed and thankful for all this. It's a great blessing.